Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a crazy story that you will not believe. Imagine this. A hardworking single mom makes a big mistake by delivering food to the wrong mansion. And guess what? That mix-up shocks a millionaire when he learns the truth about her life. Stay tuned, because this is not just a funny mishap. It's a story of courage, technology gone wrong, and unexpected kindness. Let's dive right in. So let me tell you about Lisa. Lisa is a single mom who works very hard to take care of her little boy. Every day she drives around the busy city delivering food orders from a popular app. You know, sometimes technology makes our jobs easier, but sometimes even the best apps can make mistakes. One sunny morning, Lisa gets a big order on her phone. The order is from a customer who lives in a very fancy place. The app shows a large, ornate mansion with a big gate and fancy cars parked outside. Lisa thinks, wow, this order looks important, because she needs every bit of money to help pay the bills and take care of her son. Before leaving home, Lisa double checks the address. But today the GPS on her phone is acting strange. It sends her signals that are a little off. Now I know how it feels when you plan to go to the park and your phone guides you to the wrong place. This can be really confusing. But Lisa, determined to do her job, sets off on her little car with hope and a smile, ready for her adventure. Let's pause for a moment to talk about how this mistake could happen. Many of you have used a map on your phone. These maps use signals from satellites to tell us where to go, but sometimes, because of weather or a weak signal, the phone can show a wrong location. It's like when you mix up numbers in a math problem and get a slightly different answer. This tiny error in the GPS is all it took to change Lisa's day dramatically. Isn't it amazing and a little funny that even cool technology can sometimes get it wrong? It reminds me of when I once got lost and ended up at a place I never planned. These small mix-ups can lead to big surprises later on. After a bumpy ride through busy streets, Lisa finally arrives at the address on her phone. Instead of a small apartment or a little house, she finds herself in front of a huge, glittering mansion. Tall iron gates, shiny cars, and a perfectly manicured lawn all look like something from a movie. With her heart beating fast, she parks her car near the gate. Suddenly, she hears a knock at a large front door. Standing there is a man in a smart suit. This is Mr. Thompson, a well-known millionaire who lives inside. Mr. Thompson is usually quiet and a bit mysterious. He rarely gets surprises, but today was going to be different. "Are you here with my food order?" he asks, his voice calm but curious. Lisa, holding her bag of food tightly, replies, "Yes, sir, I have your order." But as she looks into his eyes, she can see he doesn't quite believe her. He squints a little, trying to figure out how a food delivery could come to his huge mansion instead of a cozy diner or a small apartment. There's a small pause as the two stand there on the doorstep. Lisa then says, almost shyly, "I think something went wrong with the address on my app. I was told to deliver to this mansion, but I believe there was a mix-up in the system." Mr. Thompson listens carefully. In that moment, something surprising begins to happen. Instead of getting mad about the mistake, he sees a kind, honest face. He senses the hard work and stress behind Lisa's tired eyes. And then he asks, "Tell me your story, Lisa." That might sound strange, but for a moment, the fancy mansion, the wealth, and the big mistake all fade away as two very different people start a real conversation. Lisa takes a deep breath. "I'm a single mom," she starts, her voice soft but clear. "I work long hours so that my son can have a good life. Every day is hard and sometimes things go wrong. but I always try my best. As she speaks, Mr. Thompson feels a sudden rush of empathy. He too had hard days when he was younger, when he had to struggle before making it big. Now let's get a little technical again, but in a very simple way. The reason for the mix-up was that the delivery app's code had a small bug. A bug is like a tiny mistake in a computer program. Imagine if you accidentally wrote 5 plus 2 equals 10 on your homework. That small error in the app sent Lisa to the wrong place. And though it might sound simple, it changed her life that day. Mr. Thompson, who is used to smooth, error-free lives in his mansion, laughs softly as he remembers a time when his own GPS sent him to the wrong restaurant. I once went to a building that was not even open at dinner time. Everyone was so confused, he says with a gentle chuckle. Lisa can't help but smile, thinking that even very rich people have little fails now and then. The conversation grows more cheerful. Mr. Thompson invites Lisa to sit down with him for a cup of tea in his grand living room. As they settle down, he explains in simple words, technology is wonderful, but it sometimes makes mistakes. It is like us, perfect in some ways, but always a little human. Their chat is light and filled with little jokes, like comparing GPS errors to mixing up the numbers in a math problem. Lisa even jokes, maybe next time, my phone should do a double check like my mom used to do with her shopping list. Both laugh, and the mansion feels a little less intimidating. I personally think that mistakes, even the big ones, can lead to wonderful surprises. Think about it. How many times have you made a tiny error and then found out something exciting happened because of it? Maybe you tripped and laughed with your friends, or maybe a lost toy was found in the most unexpected place. Lisa's day shows us that even when things seem wrong, they can turn out very right in the end. Mr. Thompson shares more about his life too. He tells her how, when he was younger, he had to work very hard to earn every penny. He explains, I used to struggle with little bills and even missed a meal sometimes. It wasn't easy, but it taught me to be kind to others. Lisa listens and feels like she is not alone. She tells him about the long nights, the busy days, and the little victories she wins every day as a single mom. They start talking about funny little things too, like the day Lisa accidentally delivered a pizza to the wrong house and ended up sharing a laugh with an old man who loved pizza more than anything. Or how Mr. Thompson once received a fruit basket at his office that was meant for his neighbor, and that mix-up turned into an office party filled with giggles and stories. These moments make the conversation flow naturally, like a chat between two old friends catching up after a long time. Now let me explain a bit more about those technical details in simple words. The delivery app uses something called an algorithm to match orders with addresses. An algorithm is just a fancy word for a set of instructions that a computer follows. Imagine you have a recipe for making lemonade with a list of steps. If one step is written wrong, your lemonade might taste a bit off. In Lisa's case, the algorithm had a small mistake, so it sent her to a big mansion far away from the intended delivery place. Even though this sounds like a big mess, it helps us understand that technology is not perfect. It is built by people, and people make mistakes. And sometimes a mistake can lead to a new friendship, a new start, or a lesson learned. Lisa's story is a perfect example of this truth. It reminds us that errors are part of life, and sometimes they bring unexpected gifts. As the conversation in the mansion continues, Mr. Thompson feels his heart soften. He realizes that this mix-up was more than just a computer error. It was a moment of real human connection. He tells Lisa, Today, I learned that even in a world full of technology, the human touch is what matters most. Your honesty and hard work remind me that real life is in the small moments we share. Lisa, with tears forming in her eyes, thanks him for listening. She says, I used to feel like my mistakes made me small, but today I see that they can lead to big, wonderful things. Her words hit home with Mr. Thompson. He explains how he often hides behind his wealth and fancy things. But meeting her reminded him of the simple truths of life. He even offers to help her get a better GPS device so that she never faces such a mix-up again. He says, I want you to have the best tools to do your job because you deserve it. This moment, filled with warmth and gentle understanding, is the heart of our story. It shows that sometimes when things go wrong, they lead us to new friends and new opportunities. It also teaches us that every mistake carries the chance for improvement if we only take the time to listen and learn from each other. Now let's have a little fun. Imagine if every time you made a mistake, a rich man sounding like Mr. Thompson showed up to remind you that it's okay. It would be like having a fairy godparent who tells you even your worst day can change into something amazing. Isn't that a fun idea? Lisa's mix-up is not just about a wrong order. It's about how a simple error can bring a spark of magic into everyday life. I know some of you might be thinking, but what if my mistake ends badly? Well, here's the secret. If you own your mistake like Lisa did, telling the truth and showing your heart, good things can follow. It is like when you accidentally spill your juice and then find a friend who helps you clean it up. In that moment, what could have been a disaster becomes a chance to build trust and friendship. Mr. Thompson even shares one of his favorite quotes: mistakes are the stepping stones to success. He explains that each error we make is a lesson that helps us do better next time. And isn't it true that sometimes, when you are brave enough to admit your mistake, you unlock a door to something you never expected? That is exactly what happened on that day at the mansion. I want to share something from my own experience. There was a time when I misunderstood what a friend was trying to say. It felt like a huge mistake, and I worried that our friendship would suffer. But when I explained my side and listened to them, we both learned a lot about each other. Just like Lisa and Mr. Thompson, our honest chats made our bond stronger. It is funny how sometimes technology and mistakes bring two very different people together. Lisa is a busy, brave single mom working very hard every day. Mr. Thompson is a wealthy man who, despite all his riches, forgot the simple joys of life until he met someone like her. Their conversation shows that every person has a story worth hearing and that every mistake can be the start of something new. This story is full of little lessons. One lesson is that technology, though smart, can sometimes be as confused as we can be on a Monday morning. Another lesson is that every human being can shine, no matter how small they feel in a big, busy world. And finally, even when a mistake seems huge, it could be a hidden chance to learn, connect, and grow. As the afternoon sun began to lower in the sky, the conversation between Lisa and Mr. Thompson reached its heartwarming climax. Mr. Thompson reached into his fancy vest pocket and pulled out an envelope. He handed it to Lisa and said softly, "This is a small token of my gratitude. May it remind you that honesty and hard work always shine, no matter where you are." Inside the envelope, Lisa found a handwritten note and a gift card to a store where she could buy a new phone case and maybe even save up for a small upgrade to her old, buggy GPS. Overwhelmed by this kind gesture, Lisa thanked him from the bottom of her heart. She replied, Today, you help me see that every mistake can lead to a new beginning. I will always remember what you taught me. For Mr. Thompson, the day had changed him too. Meeting Lisa reminded him that life's treasures are not found only in wealth or fancy mansions, but in the moments of real connection and the truth we share with each other. He even joked, "Next time I'll double check my orders. The digital age sure has its quirks." They both laughed, and the mansion no longer felt like a place of cold luxury, but like a home for honest stories and warm hearts. As our story comes to an end, think about this. Sometimes the biggest mistakes lead to the most beautiful surprises. Lisa's food mix-up shows us that honesty, a little bit of humor, and the courage to admit our mistakes can turn a simple error into an amazing life lesson. Technology may fail us sometimes, but it is our heart and our choices that truly matter. If you enjoyed this story and it made you smile or think about your own adventures, even the little mistakes, you know what to do next. Hit that like button because I want to see your smiling face in the comments section below. And please subscribe to this channel for more real-life stories that show how even a wrong turn can lead us to the right path. Before you go, check out the amazing video on the end screen. In that video, I share another incredible true story that will show you why every mistake can be a chance for something great. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching this story of a single mom's food mix-up and a millionaire's surprising reaction. Remember, each mistake is a stepping stone to a new beginning. Stay kind, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. And that's our story. Simple, honest, and full of heart. See you next time.